Welcome back to the BMX Podcast. Thank you very much. And my name is Kevin Wilson. I'm here with Danny Pena, and we're the BMXPERTS Podcast. Thank you very much for stopping by. And today we have kind of a cool episode, I think, that we have planned for everybody. We're going to go over maybe a little bit about Dirty Fest. We're going to talk about a new idea that Danny and I are going to do here on the podcast that I think everybody's going to really dig. And then we're going to go into our picks for what bike we think is the most the best entry-level complete BMX bike in the 70s and the 80s. I think there's only one complete in the 70s, but for the 80s. And then we're going to go into a three-way trivia challenge that's never been done. We almost did one on the last episode, or the episode before the last, with Ronnie Anderson came in off the bench up in the garage. But we're gonna do a legit three-man trivia challenge today, and then we're gonna wrap it up and say goodbye to our guests. And Danny and I are gonna close up the shop and so forth. So with that being said, we got Danny V coming back and Shane Wimberly coming back off the bench. And thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
Very
you, guys.
cool.
Thank you.
So Danny, do you want to talk about what your idea is?
Yes. So Kevin and I have been playing this trivia contest since December. Mike Miranda was the first one to do it with us, and Kevin said, "Hey, let's do a trivia or something." So we did that. It turned out to be like kind of the best part of the show. Everybody loves it. So we keep bringing people on, and we do the interviews, and that goes great, and then we play trivia. So I told Kevin, I said, "What if we set up a point system like a battle chart like the ABA would do with the pros, and where everybody that participates in our trivia contest will earn points. We're going to create a point system. Kevin's going to track the points, announce the point standings weekly, and then we're going to come up with a winner. Now, we're going to play from where we started and from December through to Grands. So the Grands are going to be probably like during Thanksgiving weekend. So by that point, we should be able to figure out who's the points leader, who's going to win it. As far as the details, we haven't ironed that out. Me and Kevin still got to talk about the points, and Kevin can't win. We made that decision, right, Kevin? So Kevin can't win it.
Not because I know more than anybody else, just because I'm going to be playing every week and I'd have an unfair advantage. But I can still be the spoiler, though.
There you go. We encourage everybody to come on and play. We want as many participants as we can get. I would prefer to have at least 3 people playing like tonight. If it comes down to 2, it's okay, because we could still make a great show out of it. But anyway, that's all. As far as the prizes are concerned, I think we're going to be looking for a $200 cash prize, Kevin. I think that's what we landed on.
Yeah.
Plus whatever companies may want to sponsor our trivia contest, our battle chart. They want to throw in anything, a T-shirt, a hat, tires, grips, whatever. Anything they want to throw in there, we're going to put that in there for our national champion when we get to the Grand. Yeah.
Nag one, man.
There you go. So we got details to iron out, Kevin and I, but that's kind of the synopsis of what we're shooting for. So these 2 gentlemen have played before, so they already have points. And whoever wants to play, I don't care if you're just a local guy, factory guy, pro, novice, we don't care. If you want to come on and play, come on and play. Right, Kevin?
Podcaster, doesn't matter. Actually,
Exactly.
Danny V has never played trivia yet.
Oh, he hasn't?
No. You okay, Danny? You're all fidgety, bro. You okay?
Yeah, I'm sitting in this weird old army chair. I'm good, dude. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, man.
I'm trying not to crank my neck is all it is. Yeah. Go ahead, guys. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. So, absolutely. I think that's a fantastic idea, Danny. And so I'm going to be tracking the points from this point forward. I cannot win, and I think it's going to be great. Please, if anybody wants to play trivia with us, we encourage you to reach out to Danny or myself, and we can make that happen. And that would be very cool if you'd like to win the cash prize of $200 at the end of the contest, and maybe some prizes that people donate. That'd be great. Or sponsor. Thank you very much. So that being said, I haven't talked to Danny V since Dirty Fest. and Danny P and I were at Dirty Fest, and we've told a story about Danny V.
Oh God, I already
You
know what you're
okay?
gonna do.
You okay, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
We told a story about meeting Daryl Young and about meeting Ronnie Anderson, and it was a very cool story. Danny V might be a little bit embarrassed, but I thought it was very cool that Danny V was able to show up and join us at Dirty Fest. So thank you very much, Danny, for coming by, supporting the channel, and wearing the hat. That's very cool, dude. Thank you.
No worries. All good. I appreciate
But
you guys
Shane didn't make it up. I guess Shane had other plans that weekend, man.
I did, but I do have a question on Daryl Young.
Yeah.
Did he have his? I know he had his original JMC. Did he have his Browning?
Yeah.
On it.
Yeah.
So it was
Very
complete retro, authentic setup.
Yes, everything. The second prettiest JMC ever made.
I know you guys had posed the question what you thought that would be worth.
Yeah.
It would be worth big bucks if it was his authentic. I mean, whatever, that would fetch a pretty penny.
Yeah. I mean, I would guess it. I mean, well, the market's down now, dude. So I don't know. Maybe 7,000, maybe 8,000. I would put that in that range. I don't know if you agree with that, Shane.
I mean, for hardcore collectors to get his bike, I don't really know much about the market, but whatever the top echelon of price would be, it would fetch it.
Yeah, definitely. So that was very cool. So too bad that Shane didn't make it, but maybe there's always next year, and maybe next year we can have. Well, actually, it was kind of cool because there was like 10 guys there that were on the podcast. It was pretty cool. We had like a mini reunion, right, Danny?
Yeah. I was going to make a comment on Daryl's bike. Is he had the Browning 2-speed. It looked like his bike was pretty authentic. It looked like he just pulled it out of a box and put it together. Yeah. But his chain did break in his first round.
Yeah.
So, me and Kevin were watching it, and I go, oh, here comes Daryl Young, and everybody rode by us, and he didn't come, and Kevin's like, oh, his chain broke.
Yeah. But he smoked everybody pretty easy in his race, man. Yeah, right. He didn't. I don't think he had much of a class. He outshined everybody. Nice, dude.
I would say
go ahead.
I would say he was. Oh, sorry. I would say he had the coolest setup by far. Like when you saw him, it was just like, wow, that looks like it's 1985. I mean, you know what I mean? It just for helmet, glasses, the whole uniform, the bike, everything was just like perfect.
Danny V, what did you think about Dirty Fest? What was your highlight? What was your what did you dig?
I had a lot of really good moments there. First of all, meeting you guys in person was really cool, and I appreciate that. Otherwise, there'd be none of this. But I got to talk to Daryl, pick his brain. I was trying to see if he knew where Bart McDaniel and Rob Potter ended up. Those were local Seattle pros, and talking to him was really neat. I liked meeting Crazy Ronnie. That was interesting, to say the least. Always colorful. I shook hands with Stu Thompson. I mean, everybody there was approachable. It was really cool. We'll talk about Sheepdog in a minute. I apologize to him right now. That was the faux pas of the day there. But
no, dude, you took a run. That was a great part of our experience.
Yeah. Sorry to color that in, but you guys talk about that later. But I apologize to Sheepdog. It's been 35 years, man. So
I wouldn't have recognized him.
The whole thing was cool, man. The whole setup, riding your kid's Power Light, the display. My highlight was probably seeing those bikes, the Red Line tent, and then Gary Ellis's pro bike from like '86. That was on display. It was amazing. It was the whole thing. I mean, I can't say enough about it. It was really cool seeing that. Shaking hands with your heroes, what can you say? It was awesome.
Nice, dude.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So I asked Shane what you thought, but you weren't there. But you saw some stuff
videos.
online, right?
Yeah, I watched some of the videos. It looked like everybody had a really good time, and it reminded me of like a high school reunion, and just seeing the guys that were there on video just brought back memories.
Yeah.
And just being in a relaxed atmosphere to where they'll actually talk to you and it's not like they're not competing would have been a nice change to where you get to know them more on a human level, I guess, to where they're not on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Where you can talk to them.
Yeah. Dude, but you as a pro back in the day, I mean, you knew a lot of guys, didn't you, in getting up on pro practice and stuff?
I did, but they were competitors.
Okay.
And so somebody like Gary, Stu, they were still like above. They were like at the echelon. I never raced Daryl. I was, let's put it this way. I was in their class, but not in their class.
Understood.
I guess the best way to put it.
Understood.
I rode the same track, and on my best days, I did okay. But no, I mean, they were number one. They were the biggest riders in the sport for a reason. And Danny and I have talked about this. Comparing today to back then, the uniforms, you knew who was who. And today it's kind of like, it's really kind of cluttered up. And so when Danny posts his videos, it brings me immediately back to those times. And I really appreciate him doing those, because with everything going on nowadays, being able to go back is just such a treat for me. And I missed those days, didn't realize how good it was back then while it was going on. I appreciate Danny doing what he's doing and what you're doing as well to keep that alive. And then what they're doing with Dirty Fest, Frogtown, it's awesome to have like what baseball used to do with old timers games. You get to see your heroes, get to interact. So I think everything, what those guys are doing, what you guys are doing, it won't let the old times die. It just keeps it going.
Danny V, do you let's hear, do you watch Danny P stuff? Honestly.
Yeah, a little bit. I've kind of gone back and forth a little bit. I haven't gone in depth really. Just due to I'm busy doing my Pendleton gig and
hey man, I didn't watch it at first either, dude. Don't worry about it, man.
The what?
You guys better like and subscribe. That's all I gotta say.
I did. No, I'm signed up with both of y'all. I've commented on a couple of the videos. I'm just, like I said, man, I really am grateful and honored and humbled to be here with you guys. You know, I was the middle of the packer, amateur. So
three of us were, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I want to say one thing, because I honestly didn't watch a lot at first. When I watched some of I interviewed Danny first before we even did any of this stuff. And when I interviewed Danny, I watched one or two of his videos throughout, and then I interviewed him. But I kind of trailed off after that. But what I found fascinating is that Danny, the way that your enthusiasm for when you talk about a magazine is refreshing, dude. I don't know if you do it on purpose or you do it on accident, but the way you talk about the magazine, it makes me think that that's the first time you've ever seen that magazine, dude. So I give you props, dude. And I noticed that you did I think you did some race footage of the same footage that I use as the intro. Did you know that?
Yes, I saw that.
And I did not know that you had put that in your video at the time. So it was it was a coincidence.
I want to share something really quick with you guys, because me and Shane chat a lot, and he sent me a couple photos, and I'm going to try my best to show you guys these. I hope you can see it, but check this out. This is Shane right next to Gary Ellis. Tell me if you could see that.
Okay.
That's pretty sick. That's our dude right there, man. That gives Shane some clout because like me and Kevin always joke that we're like factory intermediates.
Yeah, the factory intermediates on the internet.
And look at this one. That's Shane and Cecil. Was it? Who knows? It was Darwin Griffin.
Darwin
Nice.
Griffin.
Look at that. Yeah.
Rest in
You know,
peace.
so like I know Shane's very soft spoken, but he was fast, dude. Like I've seen him race on videos, and he sends me these pictures, and I always try to share them in my videos when he sends them to me. I'm like, check out my boy Shane, you know, because I know him, and I go, that's pretty awesome, man. So anyway, Shane, hopefully next time you can make it over to Dirty Fest, and I really hope to see you guys if you can make it. The Frogtown's a long way for you guys.
That's like a 4 drive down here for me to go up there.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's a long drive, so we'll just hope for the best on that one.
Well, what you guys might not realize is Dirty Fest was the first time I ever met Danny.
Right? Yeah.
We had never met each other in person until Dirty Fest, so I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This works.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's a lot clearer.
I'm on the
You
right.
guys send me all these
Nice.
pictures.
That's Ellis, and that's Mikey King.
That's a great
Oh,
shot. That
Well,
was
those pictures. I'll put them on the final edit.
And Danny, it's like some of these pictures I've never seen. So it's like anytime I see a picture, it's like cool. And now I have somebody I can share it with besides my wife. So it's like, hey, check it out. So
Very cool.
I hope you don't mind. I don't think there's any more that you haven't seen. So
whatever you come up with, man. I like to share everybody's stuff, even if it's sometimes I just get guys that are local racers send me stuff. Check out this bike I built. I try to squeeze it in a video, you know, because it's my channel's not for just me. I want it for everybody to use my platform to show their stuff. You know, that's kind of what I've always encouraged it. I don't get a lot of feedback, but sometimes I do, and I go, hey, I'll put that on, you know, because I want to share it with everybody. I think it's really cool. And Kevin made a comment about being enthusiastic, and I think the reason I am is because for years and years and years I've been reading BMX magazines, and the average person doesn't care. But when I get to do a video, I get to talk to it about people that love it. I'm like, check this out, remember this, and I get so pumped up, you know, and it's just a lot of fun for me, honestly.
Absolutely, dude. And this is fun for this is pretty much what I think about all week long, man. The show on Monday night. That really, this is what my thing is, dude. Like, anyways, never mind. So let's get into the first topic of the night, dude. Oh, go ahead, Shane.
well, I just want to say Danny's enthusiasm is also matched by yours, Kevin. I mean, the two of you work really well together. You're both
Thanks.
enthusiastic, and it makes your shows really enjoyable because you can tell that you're both so engaged and so like just you love it. So I didn't want to
that's
say you
true.
for it.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So
One time, because I was kind of doing stuff on my own sporadically, and one night, because I need someone to bounce stuff off of. I can't do it on my own. I don't feel comfortable being on camera by myself. And I just called Danny one night. I go, dude, Danny, have you ever thought about being my partner on this thing? And he's like, I don't know, dude. I still want to do my own thing. I'm well, that's fine. That's fine. I just need a partner to talk to. So that's when we set this whole thing up. But thank you very much. People have said that before. Yeah. That being said, now that we've pat each other back enough, let's get into the first topic of the night. In the recent episodes on the podcast, we've talked a little bit about entry-level bikes. You know, what we had, what the neighbors had, that type of thing. And I thought it'd be kind of cool for us to talk about what we think are the best entry-level BMX completes from the 70s or from the 80s, basically. And I have what I think that I would put up there as a complete, and I wanted to run that around the table and maybe we could share our top 3 or 4 or 5, and then we can condense that down to a consensus between the 4 of us on what we think is the best bike, the second best bike, and the third best bike from the 80s. So I guess I will start out with my top ones that I can think about off the top of my head in no particular order, right? First off, I'd ask you guys, would you guys consider the 80 Mongoose or the 79 Mongoose to be a complete? Would you guys agree with that?
Motomag.
Yeah.
That's a complete.
That's a complete, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would say this 79 or the 70, whatever the hell they came out with a complete for the Mongoose. And so the Mongoose, I think of the Torquer 280. I think that's an entry level. I think about the Predator. I think about the Diamondback Silver Streak. I think about the Mach 1, right, Danny? Mach 1 was entry level, right? We talked about that a couple weeks ago. What else did I talk about? What else? Give me some more, guys. What do you guys think of when you think about a complete bike that everybody had in your neighborhood?
Go ahead, Shane.
I'll ask Shane. Go for it.
What about like a Redline 600A?
There you go.
Be considered.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then I had a different Mongoose, and I couldn't remember exactly what it was, but didn't they have like a complete, kind of like the Turbo, where it was the black chrome, called like the Black Shadow or something to that effect?
I don't know.
Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah, we did. There was the Mongoose Pro class, I think, was the top of the line. Mongoose California, I think that was an entry level. What about Danny?
What do you think, Danny? What comes to mind?
I think he's frozen, dude. You know what? I'll tell you mine while we're waiting for him if you want.
Okay, go for it.
Because he's like this. What's up? All right, so now I can't stop looking at him. This is killing me. Okay, so I wrote down Mongoose Motomag. Mongoose Motomag was probably like, I would say it was entry level, but it was also top of the line. Also, if you think about it, because if that bike came out in the 70s, the way it was made, probably kind of the best you can get. But my experience with that is my cousin George was the first of our relatives that raced. He started off with the Mongoose Motomag, but he completely tricked it out though, with all the alloy anodized parts and things like that. So that's kind of where we'll get him back in a minute. I think that's why I'm kind of like, when I say the entry level, I could say, yeah, Motomag was definitely entry level, but not really if you think about the 70s, because that was more of a higher end price bike compared to, like, let's say, like whatever you can get at Kmart or something like that. GT Mach 1 and the GT Interceptor, definitely great entry level bikes. The Interceptor they actually made the Interceptor after they made the Mach 1, but the Interceptor itself had the lowest end parts, but still a pretty good bike. I'd say Mach 1 is pretty much ready to roll. All you would have to do is maybe flip the cranks and you got an expert level bike. And then, of course, you mentioned the Diamondback Silver Streak. That's definitely up there on my list of wants. And a quick story, Kevin, I think I might have told this. When I got my first race bike, my parents took me to buy one. My dad gave me a $250 budget. That's all I had. Everything was out of my budget, man, everything. And so I ended up getting something called a Sakaya. It was a Taiwan-style bike, and it had reasonable parts on it, but they were all kind of knockoff parts. That was my first actual BMX race bike. So there was a lot of them out there that came later, and that's all I got for that topic.
I also have the Hutch Pro Raider. Would that be considered?
What was the price point on the Pro Raider, though, dude? Was it really entry level?
I have no idea.
Danny, what was the price point?
Under 300 for a Pro Raider.
Really? You sure?
Yeah, so it was probably like 270, 280, somewhere in that range. So it was, I don't think it was much. It couldn't have been much more than $300. Yeah, if I remember.
Was it more on the middle tier?
Yeah, because I can't think of anything that would have come before the Pro Raider, because the Pro Raider is kind of the bottom of the line, right, for Hutch? I'm assuming that it is. I can't think of anything that would have come after that.
Did the PK come complete, or would have that been more of a high end? It was just frame and landing gear.
Frame.
I know that in the magazines in the mid 80s, 85 and up, I would see some in the ads. They would show a complete PK Ripper and a complete quad, complete global flyer. But I don't remember seeing them as completes in bike shops. I don't know. You know, I like Kevin said, I would only see the frame and forks.
Yeah.
I was relatively close to Wilson Things, El Cajon.
Mm-hmm.
When I would go in there, they would have complete PK rippers. They were nice. But I think but I think they built those up. I don't know that it was like from the company. I think they got the frame and they put the parts that they wanted to put on them. But they were nice. They were like
Danny,
the whole.
are you okay? Danny
What's
V,
that?
are you there? Hey, Danny, I'm going to say goodbye to you, bro.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, am I coming in bad? I'm sorry, guys, if I am.
Oh, he seems okay now, Kev.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to edit this thing. Danny, are you all right?
Oh, he locked up again. He might have to try to come on. I think it's his garage. He's going to probably have to log in from the house. So if he messages you, tell him to try to log in the house. Maybe that'll improve it.
Danny, if you can hear us, try it in the house. I'm going to take you off. All this is going to be cut out, Shane. Don't worry about it, dude.
Oh, no worries.
I learned how to edit.
I got one for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Hold on. I want to let's just see what happens.
It's good, man. Thank God we're not live anymore, because that would put some pressure.
Dude. It was the amount of stress was unbelievable.
I think I told Kevin, I go, dude, why are you doing this live? Because there's so much room for error.
Yeah, because I couldn't edit. I know I was scared shitless to record it because I didn't want to. I interviewed a guy that still hates me to this day because I recorded his interview and I lost my computer lost half of it, and he still does interviews and he's still pissed off at me for it. And I was like, dude, it was totally an accident. My computer ate the damn interview, and he's still pissed off at me for it. So I'm so scared to lose the interview that I didn't want to record anything. I want to do it live. But now I'm comfortable doing it, and I can put pictures on everything. So now I'm good. So we're going to wait a couple more minutes. Shane, I apologize. I appreciate your patience, bro.
No worries. I was just going to say, and I don't think this was complete, but one of my first high-end bikes that I got was a Stevie Skiebel DG. Little frame. It broke. It cracked. But it was sweet. He was like the god of young kids back then.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Shane. So you were racing pro in the mid 80s, right? And then we were talking
88, 89.
Okay, so late 80s. This is even more relevant then. So in the late 80s, we were talking about, SE products, PK Rippers, quad angles. Was a lot of pros riding SE products at that time, or was that kind of fading by the time we got to the late 80s? Because for some reason, I can't think, unless there were factory pros. I know Toby Henderson, and but
the one that I can think of, and you had him on, Kevin, was Tippett. Joe Tippett. I think he was riding SE, but I don't remember SE being like he
had an assassin
in the pro class. I don't remember anybody in pros.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to think about that. I don't recall of anybody. A lot of the pros were riding free agents, restickered.
Yeah.
Whatever they were actually sponsored by.
Yeah.
So no, I don't remember at all
Do you think? Can I go back and start over again on the topic of entry-level BMX bikes, and we can start fresh?
Yeah.
With the clean slate. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, yeah, fine.
Okay. And Danny V, I'm sorry you got, but I need to. I'm being selfish. I don't want to edit too much, man. So I'm gonna do this over again. Thank you very much, Danny V, for coming on, though, bud. Okay, man. Do you want to start over from scratch?
Well, you've got a lot that you can still use. Technically, Shane and I answered the question, so we could probably move on to your next topic if you want.
You can see my list.
Oh,
After you sent me the topic, I had some.
I'm saying, should we start the whole podcast over again? Is my question.
No.
No. Okay.
I don't think you need to.
Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna do it cleaner this time. Okay, so thank you very much for stopping by. Oh, no, hold on. Okay. Now we'll go on to our first topic for the night. I appreciate everybody's patience. I recently on the podcast in the last couple of episodes we've talked about entry level BMX bikes. Neighbors have had certain type of bikes, and we brought up names like Diamondback have come up, the Mach 1 have come up, and I thought it'd be kind of cool for us to kind of kick around our ideas between the three of us to see what brand produced the best, the most quality, and the most epic entry-level BMX bike in the history of BMX. So that's what we would do now. And with no particular order, I guess I would start out with what comes to the top of my brain, which would be the Moto Mag Mongoose, which was a complete, I believe. And then I believe with the Torquer had the 280. I think that was an entry-level bike. At the Mach 1 with GT, obviously, which probably sold 1 billion bikes. Probably one of the biggest selling bikes out there. Obviously, the Silver Streak, if not very, very close to the Mach 1. And what I just kind of think of what else do you guys think was up there in regards to a popular quality entry-level BMX bike? And I guess I will go to Shane first.
Any of the top brands, they produced quality. Like the Mongoose had the Californian. We had talked about the Hutch Pro Raider, and then like Redline, the 600A, Schwinn Stingray. I remember way back where they would. Well, I was thinking Stingray, but yeah, Predator. I have that, but way back with the double tubes on the towards the front headset.
Wow,
that would be a bike that people would like. But any of the like Mongoose GT, Diamondback, if they're going to produce a bike, it's going to be top quality. It would be my guess, just because they don't want to put something out that's going to ruin their reputation. So,
from a rider's perspective, yeah.
As long
I'm
as
sorry, I talked over
brand,
you. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Go ahead.
No. You finish your. This
no, that was. I don't know I know Kuwahara had a laser. I don't know if that was complete, and I don't even know where they sold those. But I did a little bit of research. But yeah, I don't know if Robinson had but that would be mine. I'm kind of at a disadvantage because I had to go back and think, and I started really young. And so I never actually went to a bike shop to pick up a complete bike. We kind of my first frame I remember was a Redline Squareback. And then so I had to kind of do some research on this topic. So I appreciate you giving me the heads up.
Danny, what do you think, bro? What would I guess maybe we could clarify, like, what bike would you, from a rider's perspective, you're a rider in the 80s and you want a BMX bike. What bike do you want to see underneath the Christmas or in front of the Christmas tree on Christmas Day? Do you want a Californian? Do you want a Pro Raider? What do you want?
Man, that's a really good question. Yeah, Redline, yeah, definitely. But Shane brought up something that is so true, because building a bike from frame fork up was kind of like everybody did it. But from my perspective, I always started off with kind of a low end bike, upgrade until the bike's completely different. Like none of my bikes started off that GHP was a Haro. Put it to you that way, and that was, it's a good topic, because this bike it's a complete GHP, but it was an entry level bike. It was a Haro Annex that I got in 2014. So when I got the Haro, it's because I sold my GT and I needed a bike. So I bought the Haro Annex because it was complete. I started riding that bike, and honestly, it was a good bike. I raced pretty well on it, but then I saw like every knucklehead kid riding the same bike. So I'm like, I can't have that. So I started changing it around. But that goes clear back to the 80s. But as far as getting to your question, though, Kevin, GT Mach 1 definitely is probably one of the best entry-level bikes that I can remember in the 80s. Mongoose, Motomag, as far as the 70s, that's probably number one on the list for entry-level bikes, if not high-end bikes, what we were kind of talking about earlier. Diamondback Silver Streak, definitely high on entry-level bikes. And if I had to say the two most common would be the Silver Streak and the Schwinn, you mentioned it, Predator. Those were probably the two most common entry-level bikes that you would have seen in the early to mid-'80s. Those were definitely high on the list. They must have sold 1 million of those things, especially the Silver Streaks. That's all I got on that one.
I guess I would say I never even considered a Pro Raider an entry level bike, but I guess you guys both agreed that it was entry level. But I don't know. I guess I'm taking sales, desirability, and quality and wrapping them all up into one. And since I'm not familiar with the Pro Raider, it's hard for me to consider it in there. Just on the name of Hutch, I would have to put that in the top 5. But I guess my top 3 would be 3 would be 3 would be Predator, 2 would be Silver Streak, 1 would be GT.
There you go.
I mean, what would your top 3 be, Shane?
Top 1 for me would be the Redline 600, and then the GT, and then I've always had a thing also for Mongoose, so the Californian. Those would be my top 3.
Good choices. Yeah, those are good choices.
What about you, Danny?
I'm gonna say if I had a couple $100 that my parents were willing to spend, I'd say a GT Mach 1 would be my first choice, because that seems to be the best platform to build on. And then I would go with the Silver Streak, and then I'd go with the Mongoose, whatever the entry level Mongoose was at the time, whatever was available at the time.
I never knew that a Californian was an entry level bike. I never knew that.
They were producing so many different models that I can't really tell you exactly what would be the entry level now without looking at it in a magazine. But Mongoose made a lot of quality bikes, and I think it was people looked at Mongoose more as the entry level bike because they were mass produced, like we talked about before, with other bike brands like Redline. I think Redline really watered it down with so many entry level bikes.
When you guys had Jason Chang on, if I remember right, didn't he say, was it the Blue Max? Was that the entry level of the Mongoose?
I think it was equivalent to the Mongoose is what he said. Is that right, Kevin?
Yeah, you just had a different gusset. Yeah.
So it's pretty much the same bike. And I think, was it an East Coast thing versus West Coast on that, Kev?
Blue Max was sold only on military bases across the world.
That's what it was. Okay, thank God you remember. I forgot.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. I don't know the answer to this. Brian Gass, when he was riding for Blue Max, was he actually riding that frame, or was he riding upper Mongoose?
I interviewed Brian, and when we talked about this, he said that he rode a Blue Max. Now they redid the Blue Max. Now the original 70s Blue Max had the Nazi star in it, or what was that? What was that star for?
It was a cross.
Cross. So he had but after they took the gusset off, they still had a blue Max, and that's what he rode when he raced for Blue Max. But he rode a Blue Max, I believe. Same with Jason.
Mm-hmm.
I got to race him quite a few times. Really nice guy. Fast.
He's funny, man. We got a chance to talk with him at Dirty Fest, and he's got so many stories, man. He's funny. Plus, we got the visorizers. It was a cool meeting. Yeah.
He stopped by. We talked.
That was genius. The visorizer, genius.
Yeah.
Same with the rad caps that Veltman invented.
Yeah.
Remember those? The dice that he drilled out, and he sold a lot of those.
You do know that there is a conspiracy with the visorizer. You know that, right?
What is it?
What is it?
That there was another company that claimed that they invented it first. Did you know this?
No. Who was that? Do you know who the company was?
I can't remember the company, but there is a company. It could have been a helmet company. I don't know who it was, but I'm pretty sure there was some sort of litigation or there was some sort of issue between Brian and another company saying that they invented the same thing at the same time. But I think that in subsequent years, it's been kind of given that Brian did invent it. But there was another company out there that claimed it. I can't remember what the company is. If Brian sees this video, maybe he can comment on it.
That'll be awesome. We got to ask him that, dude.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely took advantage, and he's the one it's known for. So
yeah. So 2 out of 3 of us think the Mach 1 is the best one, the best entry level BMX bike ever made. Shane thinks it's the Redline 600A. I'm not a big Redline fan, so I'm going to go with Shane's. Opinion on that. I couldn't tell. I mean, okay. Are you a Redline connoisseur, Shane? Can you answer?
No, that was the squareback was my first frame, and so I've always had a soft spot for Redline. Definitely not a connoisseur or huge Redline junkie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where does the Carrera fall into this whole thing, Danny or Shane?
Oh, Carrera's up there because
Cosmola rode that.
I'm sorry, what? Jeff
Cosmola when he was on Redline.
I think that's more of a Stu Thompson era because I remember him being in the ads, and the Redline Carrera was complete with Redline flights. That was upper. That's fun, yeah. So that's a more expensive platform.
So Redline, the pecking order was Proline. Was that the top? Was that top or was the Carrera top?
Ooh, man, I can't answer that one, Kev. I don't know for sure. That's a good question, man.
I can think of I can think of Proline MX2. I can think of Carrera. 600A. Was there a 500A or a 300A, anything like that, or just a 600A?
I don't know. I know there were a few models. That's and as the time went past, there was different models that came out.
Yeah,
that's what's confusing me. But I know that Carrera was way up there on the food chain. That was a high quality race bike right there. Except it had your favorite handlebars on it, the V-line.
V-bars.
Yeah. Kevin hates those. Hey Kevin, I have a set of those Redline VRs hanging in my garage. I'm gonna ship them to your house, dude.
Well, you can give those away as a present as a prize for the winner.
There you go, man. They're authentic Redline bars.
Are they stamped Redline?
I believe so, man. They've been. I got them from some kid when I was in high school. He just gave them to me, and I've had them ever since.
They're like this. They're like little kid bars.
Yeah.
What do you think about Redline V-bar, Shane?
I think they're unique, so I think that's why I was drawn to them. Just something different.
There you go.
Once I got really serious, I didn't ride with them. If that answers your question.
No,
I
think you're trying to be politically correct.
They were a novelty, something different.
Okay.
I think Kevin, if you want my opinion, I think the most unique handlebar. I can give you like 3 of my favorites. Okay, I think the Power Light with the power bend, sick. Never owned them. They just look super cool. I always thought, I don't know if they served any purpose. You know, I think Donnie Robinson rode those things forever. And then I know this is going to be an unpopular one, dude, but I love CW handlebars, man. I don't. Most people hate them. I love them, you know. And then, but I'm going to say though, I think I said it before. One of my favorite set of handlebars was the Boss bars, the Pro Boss bars. They were my favorite. But those are my top 3, I would say, in terms of handlebars.
Shane, when you were dicing it on the pro circuit, what were you riding?
God, what was I running? Robinson.
Robinson. That's basically
Yeah.
GT handlebar, right?
Yeah, from what I remember, I would always take another. I'd always have one extra with me in case I had a crash and it bent. I'd always have one spare with me.
Wow. I've never bent handlebars.
I've
That's
never
a
been
different.
Did you bend handlebars often?
I think I've been 2 or 3.
Dude.
So maybe it was quality of the bars. I don't know.
Well,
maybe.
I had ridden with them. I had a co-sponsorship from them.
Oh,
and
nice.
then when I got that, because they sent me the frame for it, handlebars. And yeah, I like the bend.
Right on. Right on. So, hey, Kevin, do you think Danny's going to come back for trivia, or are we just going to go with you two?
Let me see. Oh, man.
Because I got a lot of questions, man. I was prepared for 3 of you guys.
I don't know, dude. Should I?
If you want to pause for a second and see if you can get him on, that might be cool. He might be like thinking, "Oh man, screw it," and I'm not going to do it.
I mean, if I get any questions right, that's just going to add my point. So it's more fair.
Yeah.
If it's going to be legit, we need another person.
Okay.
While you're doing that, Kevin, I'm going to take a bathroom break here.
All right, I got to figure out how to cut this. What am I going to do?
Do you want to reshoot it tomorrow?
I can't. I got to go to work tomorrow. Hold on.
Hey, bro, sorry about that.
You want to call? You want to get on that link again and see if you can get back on?
I can try. Let me get out of the garage. I heard you guys saying garage might be a contributing factor.
Yeah, go in the house, see what happens, dude.
All right, give me 2 minutes.
Peace. Bye.
I'll try again.
All right.
Oh, what I was going to say, my GT that I have back there, that's actually the first complete that I had ever bought. And it was a score. I found it on a guy had posted on Craigslist. And I was the first, he said 20 guys or 20 people that had contacted him because it was $300. And he said, because I was the first one to contact him, I got the first dibs. So it just sat in his garage. So it was.
Wow. What year is it?
Early 90s. I want to say like 92, 93-ish, 94. It's brand new. I mean, it's gorgeous.
That's nice, dude. And you raced it? You still race? I mean, you raced it at the time?
No. I picked this up probably 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. I want to say pre-COVID.
Okay.
So right before COVID. Yeah, I was just like, I want to get a bike. So I scrolled through Craigslist and holy crap, that's a really good price. And yeah, he said it because I contacted him. I was the first one. And he was like, I want to say 45 minutes to an hour from where I was. It's like, sweet. So yeah, Danny, I was telling Kevin the GT I got. That's actually the first complete bike that I've ever bought.
Is it really?
Yeah. So, but the thing is nice. So
Yeah, I've
Okay.
never bought it.
I got a question for you, Kevin. So my cousin James, which is basically like my brother, I just sent him a text. I go, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" He said, "I'm just watching TV with with his wife's grandpa." And you want me to call him and see if he wants to play, dude, or is it that just how?
Dude, we should, well, no, Danny's gonna come on.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's gonna try to come on.
Okay. He
I
could
don't
be.
know why you haven't had him on before, though, dude.
Huh?
Why haven't you had him on before?
I just thought about it.
bring
He
it
had
on.
I was on his race team, man. We were Westside BMX. He put me on his team. I know he put me on his charity, but he put me on his team. And I was like thinking to myself, I go, man, maybe I could call him and see if he'll play if Danny can't come back on.
Yeah, let's see. Well, let's see. We'll give him a couple minutes. He said he's gonna try. He's gonna go in the house. Boy, man, Shane, you're a very patient man. I appreciate it, dude. You know what? I want this to be, because people are gonna be watching this for years, and I don't want to be all fucked up. You know, I want to be decent.
Yeah.
No, you're like the GT, Diamondback, Mongoose. You want your product to be like upper echelon.
I can't stand any of those bikes, dude. I never would. I wouldn't be.
I may have a backup. Sorry, guys, and we'll finish that story because that's a good story, Kevin. I want to ask you about that. So I asked my cousin. He goes, "I got to get up at 4:30 tomorrow, dude." And I go, "Okay." And then he said his stepson would do it. He was a national number one rider, and I go, "Well, yeah, but it's 80 stuff, dude. He's in his 20s, so he'd get smoked." He goes, "What about Al Roybal? Al Roybal is he goes way back, and he announces at a lot of the events now." And I said, that would work. And he goes, "Okay, let me call him." So we got maybe.
Are you tight with Al Roybal?
I've met him, but I don't know him that well. But he's always announcing at the races, and he's a good racer too. He's about our age. He's really good.
You've heard of him?
Yeah.
Caught dead on a Diamondback. I wouldn't be caught dead on a Mongoose. None of them, dude.
You know, the old phrase of "I wish I knew then what I know now." I was not a Diamondback person. I didn't see what the appeal was. However, if I knew then what I know now, I would have tried to buy like 10 of them just to sell them off because of the value, especially when they were at their peak. No, I was never a big Diamondback person. And like I said, I went to junior high with Doug Davis. So, and I was really good friends with his best friend. So I had kind of a different perspective on it.
He wasn't riding no Silver Streak. What was he riding?
I believe he was riding a turbo. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, he ain't riding no damn Silver
And he was all the factory guys. I don't know if you know, all the Diamondbacks that they sold to the public had silver letters, but the factory riders, all their lettering was gold, and that's how you knew they were on an actual factory. I don't know if they were actually writing what they sold, or I'm assuming they did. But yeah, he was cool. I mean, we got along, and I'd actually like to touch base with him again, but he doesn't seem to be on any social media. So,
Danny, you there?
Yes, can you guys hear me? I apologize.
Oh, he's back. Holy crap. He's back.
All right, Danny. So here's what's been happening. Well, I'm going to bring you up to speed, okay? We went through our picks for the best entry-level BMX bikes of all time. And then we got off on a red line tangent where we talked about red line V-bars and red line pecking order and that type of thing. Now you actually raced a Redline, right?
Yep. I started with the Mark II, and then I had the regular pro lines. I was just trying to copy what I saw in the mags, Stu Thompson riding, basically.
Okay.
I'm a tall, gangly 6'1". You saw me, and I just like felt like, oh, that looks like it would fit me, and so that's all.
Okay.
My only two things, my favorite like complete bikes, I guess, were the Mark II Redline when it came out, the white with red, and then you guys were the Haro. Remember the Haro line? There was like 3-4 phases to them. I forgot the name of the frame, but I thought those were pretty cool. That's it.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, Diamondback and Hutch, of course. I heard you guys talking about it when I just came back, but I don't know. I guess I favored Redline until I saw the Elf and the other stuff. So I like the S&M. But we're talking parts now. I didn't mean to take it on a tangent. I was someone who pieced my bikes together, copying what I saw and what I was drawn to.
Yeah, when you were away, I said I wouldn't be caught dead on any complete at any particular point.
Yeah,
I'm going strictly on what I've learned over the years.
Yes,
Kevin, can I interrupt, Kevin, really quick?
Yeah.
So, Danny, while you were gone, we were trying to find a backup, and this dude is pumped. He wants to come on. I don't know if we can support another guy, Kevin. I don't know how you feel about that. If we bring
Send him the link and see what happens.
All right. Hold on.
Hey, can I say something about one part that never gets enough attention?
It's your turn, Danny. Go for it.
Just real quick, the Hutch 2-in-1 headlock. I can't say enough about the beauty of that product. It took away any wiggle. You screwed it on the crown, and then when your neck went in, then you could Allen bolt around when you winched down, before necks changed. I thought that was a great invention. For me,
I remember those.
Remember the 2-in-1, the Chromie? Yeah, they came in different sizes. I think I had a medium. Like I said, I was tall, gangly sort, and I always thought that cleaned it up and made it like a lot more sturdy out of the gate, less wiggle, less flex. I thought that was a great invention. If you guys remember it,
I hated that thing. The Allen bolts always tripped out, and they.
You know what? They were black, and I remember that. We could talk Allen bolts for a second here. We should get Kent.
Yeah, I hated that. Did you ever have that, Steve?
But they had stronger Allen bolts. The chrome ones were stronger than the black ones. I remember having those lubed up. Yeah, but
I think didn't Sun Tour had the same thing, right? Sun Tour had a headset lock.
They may have. Yeah, they did. And the Sun Tour was fluted on the side like kind of a
Yeah.
That was a small Allen bolt, actually, Kevin. Those were small ones, and I'd strip those out. I'm like, oh god, you did what you could. But I thought the Hutch was a pretty good fix for the wiggle for a taller guy. And Redline V bars sucked, but I did have the last Redline bar that was kind of like compact, like it V'd at the bottom, but it was straight and kind of GT at the top. Remember those?
The ones are
the latest ones before 86, 87 in there.
Those are forklifter bars.
Yeah, forklifter.
Cool. And those had like for big knock knees. Those got out of your way. Those are good. So.
Dude, I don't know what I'm going to do with this podcast, dude. This has been a total fucking train wreck, man.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Maybe I'll just not even edit it at all. Just leave it the way it is.
Sorry, guys. No, do it.
No.
Yeah, thanks, Kev.
Hey,
Sorry about that.
Hey,
he sounds great now. So definitely the garage was the killer for him. He sounds great right
sorry,
now.
guys. I got a car today. I was
okay. Is your boy joining us, Danny?
I just sent him a message. I'm waiting for a reply. I just need. Can you text me the link, Kev? Because I have one, but I don't know if it's the right one. Oh, it says click on this. I think you sent it earlier.
That's it. Send that.
Okay.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Redline got 2 #1 votes. Just so you know, Danny and I voted Redline #1.
Oh, that's right, huh?
Wait, was it Danny voted Redline? Is that what you did?
No, dude. I was GT.
No, Danny V.
Oh, Danny V was Redline. Yeah.
So we have two. We have two Mach 1, 2 500A. 600A.
I did 600.
Hey, can I add something about Redline? I don't know what your guys' experience with your brands were when you were growing up, and we all navigated toward our favorite stuff. But what I liked about Redline, Newbury Park, when Lynn ran it there, Lynn Caston, they had a warranty. If you cracked a frame or fork, you could mail it in, and they'd send you a replacement brand new. And I did that several times, not wanting to. It sucked waiting a few weeks for those parts, but that was such a great warranty for the kids back then. Like, you broke it, they'd send you a fresh one. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was always, no offense, Danny, I was always under the impression that if you broke your frame, you probably didn't know how to ride very well. No offense, dude.
That happened. Yeah, that probably happened a lot. Yeah.
I never cracked a frame. I never broke a frame in my life, and I rode JMCs.
Well,
I'm giving you a hard time, Danny. I'm totally giving you a hard time, dude. I'm not saying you couldn't ride, dude.
Well, no, for a while I couldn't. I mean, I don't know. It's funny. Like, you think you can. It's like playing guitar. You think you're good, but there's so long to go. It was just. I'm still picking up information. 35 years later, I'm still learning stuff. It's pretty amazing.
Oh man, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I might have to just leave it the way it is, dude.
It's just funny. Hey, Kevin, I got one topic on that. You guys are talking about that, breaking frames. I always thought that was like, kids would brag about it like it was a badge of honor. Oh man, I cracked my GT and I cracked. People would always say that. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but now your bike's worthless.
I always said that you don't know how to land if you crack your frame. That's what I always thought that.
Hey, Kevin, can I add something on this topic? I know you're not a fan of Hutch pedals, but that was the one product that I was always scared I was going to snap a spine on a Hutch. By the way, the design is, it's so long into the X with the jaw, the claw, and it just seemed like every stroke I would snap it, but I never did. So to their credit, that was a pretty strong pedal, like them or not, just by the way it was designed. It seemed like you'd break it right away. So but you didn't.
Yeah. They were pretty pedals, don't get me wrong, but there was no way that I was paying $80 for a pair of pedals back then.
Back in 85, yeah, that was a lot of money back in 1984, 85. You're right. So
all I've always said is, I could beat you with one-piece cranks. I could beat you without sealed bearings. I could beat you on Shimano DX $29 pedals. I always said that's what I'll do, man. And so I never had sealed bearings. I never had three-piece cranks. Because I'm not trying to brag or anything like that, but we weren't rich, but I could have had any bike that I wanted at any particular point because I worked for a living from a very young age. I worked. So I bought all my own bikes, and I never wanted to pay for sealed bearing hubs, sealed bearing headset, sealed bearing bottom bracket. Yeah. So when I hear guys saying that, I didn't have any money or whatever like that, it's hard for me to relate to them. I'm not trying to say that we were not rich, but I had a job when I was very young. But that's why I really never got into that stuff.
Hey, Kevin, let me dovetail into that and just offer just a side view of what you said. I was the same as you. Like, I've been working since I was 15, but I do remember the difference between those greased bearings. And then when like the Phil Wood came out and the Cooks brothers, when the sealed stuff started taking in, you could feel the difference. I think you know what I mean, because you've probably ridden both.
You feel it.
Like your kid's Power Light, that's a sealed. I mean, and it was like, it's hard to go back, after like having a taste of the High Life. And to me, the High Life was like sealed bearings. That was like, you had better stuff. But I still get what you're saying, because we did come up with Ashtabula and the Mongoose and the dinosaur gear, and the 80s was that golden era, where we were advertised to every month in those magazines of like, I mean, I was bombarded. I was like, I don't even know what to get. I just know what looked cool and what like I saw the pro riding. I wanted that. I wanted what that guy had,
Yeah.
That's all.
Shane,
that's
what
all
do you think, dude? What do you think, Shane? Get in on this.
I remember Phil Wood hubs were like the holy grail. And they were out of, I mean, my mom is who supported me on all this, and we weren't, I mean, I don't know how she did it. She got me, I could, like you, Kevin, I could get anything I wanted. But I tried not to. I mean, take advantage of it. So, and I had heard a story with Billy Griggs, and it's just like he was ahead of his time, because what his dad would do, they would machine. He'd get hubs, and they'd take them apart, the bearings, and they'd machine them to where the resistance on them, there wasn't any. And so his bikes were just meticulous. I would just throw on whatever. And like Danny V said, the ball bearing, the sealed bottom bracket. At one point, I even remember the dirt skirt that went underneath the headset.
I remember those. They're rubber.
So that,
yeah, I remember that.
we even did the gimmick. I don't know if you guys remember this. To keep mud and dirt off your chain, they created this plastic cover that went over your chain.
Oh, don't tell me you broke one of those, dude.
The Pro Guard.
It's the one they sell. They sell. Oh,
the most worthless part ever in the history of BMX, dude.
It didn't last.
That chain cover, you can still get them in Home Depot. It's basically just the stuff. It's like extendable wire cover. Yeah.
Those are horrible. All right, man, Danny, what's going on with your boy, dude?
All right, let's take a look. I sent him. He said I texted him, told him to check his Facebook. I sent him the link to us on Facebook. Give me 1 second here, because we better roll. It's already hour and 12 here. Huh?
This episode is gonna be called the Trainwreck.
Oh, he's in. He's in.
He's in.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Let me officially apologize to Sheepdog Kevin Hull for my faux pas. I didn't recognize you, bro. I apologize. Just want to get that out.
I'm sure he's over it, bro. It was a good story, man.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
I wouldn't have recognized him either. I didn't know who he was. I mean, I've heard of him.
He just said, "When is it?" I'm like, "Right now, bro. We're waiting." Well, let's see. We'll give him a second. If he says I'm not ready, we'll just roll.
Oh man, the Trainwreck episode, definitely, man.
Gonna have to call that. Hey, let's see what he's still. Come on, Al, tell me something, dude.
I have no idea what now I got it. Now I can't leave the way it is.
All right.
It sure was interesting meeting my heroes. That was a trip right there. That was pretty wild. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
that's true. That's like my favorite part, seeing the heroes from yesterday, just walking around and just being regular dudes. You're like, wow, there's Toby Henderson, there's Ronnie Anderson, there's Greg Hill, there's Eddie King. The list just goes on, and Brian Gass, list goes on and on and on and on. And I was like, wow, man, it's nuts. And it's like that at Frogtown as well. I'm like, whoa, look at these guys. They're just everywhere. I love it.
Hey, I got a question on Eddie. Does he use a cane, or is he able to walk?
When I saw Eddie at Frogtown, he was literally sitting on his mountain bike the whole day when I saw him at Frogtown. And then he does I know he uses canes, because I met him the first time I went to Frogtown. He stood up, I shook his hand, took a photo with him, and then he was sitting down when I saw him at Dirty Fest. So I know he uses something to aid him, but he's a strong dude, man. He just gets up and moves around, Yeah.
He had tree trunks for legs.
Yeah, he did. So what do you think, Kev? Should we just start? Oh, Kevin's stuck. There he is.
So what do you mean? Is this guy coming on or no?
You know what? Let me try calling him really quick. I don't have his number. I'm going to call him, see what he feels about. And say, hey, man, what do you think? You want to play? Yes or no? Yes or nay? Yay or nay? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, how's it going, bro?
Oh, just living the dream, trying to figure out how to get online.
He's trying to get online, Kevin.
Okay.
It says your browser does not support StreamYard's technology. I have a Mac.
Oh, he's on a Mac, so it's not accepting it. What kind of phone are you using, Al?
An iPhone.
You could probably just jump on with your iPhone.
Oh, let's check it out.
All right, he's gonna try with his phone, Kev.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna do my laptop next time because I got one now. I should have done that, but I was driving. So
No problem. Want me to hang up, Al? Are you good?
I'm checking.
Okay.
Looks like it.
I think it's gonna work. Yeah, he just hung up, so I think he's coming on, Kev.
Okay.
Yeah, because I told him he couldn't use his. He was using a Mac laptop, and it wasn't supporting StreamYard. So I said, try using your phone, because I think you guys have iPhones. I use Android because I'm just an Android dude.
We're all going to be in this video forever. I want everybody's vote. I'm serious, dude. I'm serious, guys. Do we start this thing over again from scratch, or do you want me to try to cobble something together? Honestly, dude, all of us are going to have to look at this video.
I would think that you could take part of the beginning of this. You're going to have to cut out a lot of the middle, and then as we go into the trivia, you could add that. You could add that in there. You're going to have to piece it together, especially when Danny came in and he had a lot of answers. You can kind of fade him in and then just go from there, because I think that's what I would do. You got a lot of raw footage is the problem. You're going to have to try to piece it together.
We can, if we wanted to. Shane, what do you think?
I think it's like a race. We got a good start. We snapped. We got like halfway down the first straight. We slipped our pedals. Then we crashed in the first turn, but then we got up and we kept going. So
okay, so you want to stick with
I'm okay either way, but it's your product. So ultimately, I think you're the one that needs to decide.
So Danny, I'm going with Danny P. All right. So I'll try to piece something together. I'll do a little blurb at the very beginning, saying this is a total train wreck, and please forgive us.
There you go.
Hey, it's a lot of fun though. I mean, it's like talking with friends to me. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be super polished.
Well, and if you wanted,
hear story.
And if you wanted, Kevin, if you wanted to, whenever everybody's schedule works, bring us back for part 2, we could do that. I'm open to that.
Yeah, me too. That sounds fine.
Yeah, and then remember, you guys could jump on and play when you're free, because it'll give you more points towards even if we don't include you in the interview, Kevin can wait and then shoot you the link to play in the contest. If you want it, Kevin, it's your show. You got to do it your way.
Roy Nuts.
Here he comes. He made it, dude. I'm gonna have to tell him what's the deal here, right, Kev?
Yeah. Shit, you got anybody else? We got another spot.
Yeah, I'll have to think about it.
I'm kidding, dude.
Yeah, thank you, because that was stressful, dude.
Where's your boy Roy Nuts at, man?
He's almost there. I could see his name's in there. Roy Nuts, dude. Oh my gosh. All right, he's coming. He's getting there. I gotta stop drinking so much water during these shows, dude. I literally have to pee again.
We'll do it now.
Hey, how long are we going, you guys? Any rough idea how long we're going, Kev?
30 minutes.
Another half an hour, probably.
Okay.
Oh, we lost Roy Nuts. Okay, when Danny comes back, we're just going to go.
Roger that. Trivia time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Roy Nuts is back. We got Roy Nuts.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Can you
I was
turn
getting a
your
little
phone
nervous.
sideways, bro?
Yeah.
There we go. Can you center your get like all of us? We'll match. Roy, it's nice to meet you, bro. That's good.
Does that look about right?
Yeah, but see, do you see how you're a black on the side?
Yeah, why is that?
Well, it's the same with Danny V. He's got the
that's right.
same.
Hmm.
Danny, are you there still? Oh, now we lost Danny. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
How you guys doing?
Stressful, man. Stressful.
It's all good, man. It's BMX. It's supposed to be a little stressful for about
What,
42
Roy,
seconds.
dude, what's your give me your 30-second story, bro.
My BMX story?
Yeah, what's your 30? You old school, you raised who? You raised what? What's your story, man?
Yeah, dude, it was kind of weird. I was riding horses and stuff. I'm a country kid, and I met a girl in high school, and she had a really good friend who raced bikes, and I thought he was a complete idiot. Turns out he was the state champion and the nicest guy I ever met, named Jimmy Garcia. Little brother's Joey Garcia. My high school was full of shredders. Chad Kagi, Ryan Nyquist lived in the neighboring town. Dwayne Taylor, he does the mongoose stuff still. Yeah, it was weird, man. A bunch of shredders in my high school. I didn't even know it, and so I gave up horses, started pedaling bikes, and here we are, fucking 40 years later.
So you're legit. Okay.
No, I'm not legit. That's for sure.
All right, man. So Danny, I'm sorry, bro. I'm cutting you off, man. We tried.
Danny V's gone.
I'm removing him. Sorry, Danny, if you can hear me. Okay, now I'm gonna bring up the Roy. I'm gonna bring up the what's your last name, dude? I'm sorry.
Roybal.
Your last name is
Al,
Roybal,
right?
Yeah, Al Roybal. Yeah.
Al Roybal.
Nice
Okay,
to meet you.
Al. You're playing. Danny's gonna fill you in later. You want to do as good as you can on this trivia game. Okay.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna do like a 15-second blurb, and then we're gonna go into the trivia game. Okay.
All right.
And here we go. Sorry about all the confusion, everybody. We had some technical problems. We replaced Danny V with Roy Nuts. Roy Nuts is joining us from Central California, right, Roy?
Yeah,
Al?
Monterey area.
All right, okay. So Al's stepping in to play trivia with us, and we're moving on from the greatest, the most impactful entry-level BMX bike ever made to the trivia challenge. And the trivia challenge will be facilitated by Danny Pena. And Danny, take the reins of this absolute train wreck of an episode.
This episode has been nuts, man. I'm telling you. But anyway, Al, real quick, just so you know, we're gonna do BMX trivia. It's all 80s related. We actually add in pop culture from the 80s. So when it's your turn, you can say, I want to do pop culture or I want to do BMX. If you answer the question right, you get a point. If you miss it, one of these two guys could steal it, and we'll go back and forth like it goes round and round. You can also steal theirs. If you feel like you need the answer, just raise your hand. I can steal that, and then we'll give you a shot. What we're going to do, though, Al, real quick, is we're keeping track of all the points. We decided to do that today. So we're going to have like a whole battle chart of this whole thing. So, and we definitely want to bring you back, Al, because Al is like one of the best announcers I've ever heard. There's a lot. He's got a lot to talk about, and I know we can fill a whole episode with Al. So to be fair with you, dude, we're going to bring you back, and then we'll do a legit interview with you. But for tonight, you're going to earn some points. Sound good?
All right.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
Hey, Al. Nice
Yep.
to meet you. I'm Shane
Nice to meet you,
from
Shane.
San Diego.
Insane Shane.
Yeah. All right.
Shane's a former AA pro, Al, believe it or not. I know he looks like Clark Kent right now, but he's actually Superman. All right, guys. So we're going to start off with the guests. We'll go with Shane, and then we'll go with Al, and then back to our host, Kevin, right?
Yep.
Al can go first.
You want Al to go first?
Yeah, he can go first.
He's the
All
newbie.
right.
He's the FNG.
He's a newbie. Okay, so Al, you can pick BMX or pop culture. What would you like to do?
I'm definitely going BMX because I don't know anything about pop culture unless it has to do with BMX. But you know who would be a wizard at this, talking BMX history and historians and pop? Colin Styles. That's your guy. But I'm ready.
Oh, Colin Stiles from the what was it, Rail to Berm podcast.
Oh yeah, Colin. Yeah.
I'll reach out to him, Kevin. I think that would be great, actually.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
he is an encyclopedia of information. He's wonderful. But I'm ready. I'm ready to get some points right now and smoke these fools just like we're on a gate. Let's go.
All right. First question of the night, of this crazy ass night. In 1984, Clint Miller was racing for what factory team? GH. Oh, you got it. He didn't even need the choices. Okay. Al scores. Al gets.
I think we're in trouble, Shane.
Yeah. Okay.
Bro.
Now I do have a bonus question, Al. You can score another point on this. Can you tell me what bike he was racing for Kuwahara in 1984? Do you know the model?
No, I do not.
Okay. Anybody want to steal?
Well, it goes to Shane to steal.
Shane, you want to steal?
ET? The ET? I don't know.
Well, he's on Kuwahara, dude. So you got to tell me what model.
No, I don't know.
You don't know? What do you think?
Laser light.
Laser light. Yeah, Kevin gets the steal. That's
Good
one extra.
call.
Yeah, all right.
How did I not know that? How did I? So in 1985, Jimmy Garcia, my best friend, rode for Kuwahara, and he rode a Razor Light. I should have known that.
There you go, dude. There you go. That's how the game's played. So now you got a little taste of it.
Now it's Shane's turn. He goes next.
What do you want, Shane?
Let's go BMX.
BMX. Okay. Team Diamondback, 1984. I'm going to give you the first name of the rider on the team. You have to tell me the last name. I'm going to give you 6 riders that were on Diamondback in 1984. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay, now they're going to start easy, but they're going to get harder. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Harry,
Larry.
Eddie,
King.
Rich, uh-oh,
Why am I?
uh-oh.
I want to say Hausman for some reason, and I don't think that's it.
Is that your answer?
Oh, wait. Far side.
Okay, stop thinking out loud, dude. Okay, you got that one. Doug,
Davis.
Brent,
Romero.
Justin.
Green.
There you go, man. Good job, man.
I was saying Hausman for some reason, and then it's like Rich Farside was like one of the top older amateurs.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so
half mask.
don't think out loud, Shane, because I don't want to say you got it wrong.
We're playing for money now, dude. Come on.
Yeah, we're playing for money. It's $200 up for the national champ here. Okay, so you got to make sure.
All right, let's go.
All right, okay. Now it's finally our host's turn. What do you want to do?
Pop culture.
Oh, first one for pop culture. What does VHS stand for?
VHS?
VHS. No one's going to get this.
Wait. Video home service.
Oh, so close. So close. Al, can you steal that?
Is it stereo?
Oh, no. Shane, can you steal it?
System.
Say the whole thing.
Video home system.
There you go. Shane gets the point. Good job, man. Hey, I didn't know that one. I know VCR is video. What is it? Video something recorder. But but I didn't know VHS. I was like, I heard of VHS, but what does it actually stand? I had to look it up. All right, so it's back to Al, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Al. What do you think?
I'm definitely going BMX.
Going with BMX. All right. Who made the wrist wrap glove?
Is that a real question? If you didn't wear wrist straps in 1985 from 09, they came all the way up here. You didn't know. I mean, everybody had wrist straps, right?
No,
yeah, there you go. Now, Al, some of the questions are easier, then they get harder. So if you get a chance to score, man, just take it. I'm gonna give you some. All right, so here's the score as we get through the first round. Al's got 2, Shane's got 2, Kevin with 1. But guys, Kevin always comes back. I don't know how he does it. All right, Kevin, what do you want to do? Oh, no, it's Shane, right?
Okay.
What do you think, Shane?
BMX.
We're going BMX. All right. Okay, this company, the company I'm referring to called Alina, made what BMX product?
That's a good question.
Rims. No.
Oh, it's a miss. Who wants to steal?
My turn to steal.
Okay.
Seats.
They made seats. Alina made seats, man.
Lightning bolt seats.
Yeah, that was a tough one, man. Kevin, that ties you up. That
All
ties
right.
you up. So it's your turn now, technically, as well.
So I'm going to go with pop culture.
Pop culture. Here we go. Wait, where's my pop culture? Here it is. Okay. This one's hard. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What ancient Chinese toy was repopularized in the 1980s? So it actually became super popular again in the 80s, but it's an ancient Chinese toy.
Are you going to give me no? There's no choices. You just want me to tell you what it is?
If you think you know what it is.
Finger cuffs.
No, good guess though. Damn, I wouldn't have thought of that. Al, what do you think?
Not a chance. I mean,
Not a chance. He'll come back.
Well, he's out the door.
God, man.
What do you think, Shane?
Chinese.
Oh, I know what it is.
Okay.
No idea.
What do you think, Kevin?
Chinese checkers.
No, you guys. It was. Let's see. Is Al back? He's coming back. It was the hacky sack. I did not know that was a Chinese toy. Yeah, the hacky sack. Now I can tell you guys, in high school, man, we played with a hacky sack at lunch hour every day. Al, the answer was hacky sack.
yeah, I would have never got that.
Yeah, I told you that was a hard one. Okay, so nobody scored. So we're at 2-2-2-2. So whose turn is it now?
It's Al.
Al. All right, Al, what do you want?
Okay, I'm gonna go pop culture this time.
Oh, this is an easy one. Whose slogan is "Just Do It"?
Nike.
Nike. Okay, so there's a bonus on that one, Al. Can you tell me what year that slogan came out? It's an 80s.
1984.
Oh, you missed it. Who wants to steal that? Shane?
I'll say 83.
Oh, Kevin?
85.
88. 88 was the year. That's all right. Al got the actual point. It's 3-2-2. Going back to Shane. What do you want to do, Shane?
Let's go ahead and try pop culture.
All right. You guys like pop culture tonight, huh? What is Rambo's first name?
John?
Got it. Bonus question. Who was Rambo's commanding officer?
Oh,
It's my turn to steal, Al. Don't think about it.
I don't know.
Kevin?
His name was Colonel Troutman.
You got it. Troutman.
And
Colonel Sam Troutman.
what was Rambo's middle initial?
Man, I don't know.
John J.
John
Was it
Jay.
really?
Yeah,
John
he goes,
J.
when he was booking him, he's like, "What's your name? Rambo John J."
That's right. That's right. Good call.
That was a good one, Kev. Good one. You can't mess with Kevin when it comes to Sylvester Stallone questions, man. He's got those right. Yeah, he's got those.
Oh, so what do I got now? Was that 4-3-3?
Yeah, Al's got 3. Shane's got 4. Kevin, you're at 2.
2. I just got one
No,
right.
that one.
Which one did you? Oh, 3. My bad. You stole that. So all of your points, Kevin, are from steals, I think. What the hell?
Okay, I'm gonna go. It's my turn.
All
right?
right. It's your turn.
Okay, my turn. Pop culture.
Yeah. Pop culture. Man, I should have made more of these. Okay, hold on. Who is the villain in The Nightmare on Elm Street?
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger, easy one. Okay, you got that one. All right. Good one, good one. Okay, that brings you to 4, Kevin. And we're going back to Al. Al, this is your chance to tie. What do you want to do?
Dude, Kevin's got last straight pull. He's too good. He rails the last turn. You know what I mean? He's coming on strong. So I need a good one. Let's go pop culture for a good gate start.
All right, going to pop culture. Okay. What was the name of the van in Scooby-Doo?
I know this. I know this. Oh my goodness. How do I not? I know I got that lunch pail. It's sitting in. Oh my gosh. Da na 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 na. Da, na. I ain't got it. Even though as soon as John tells me, I'm gonna know it.
All right. What do you think, Shane?
The Scooby Mobile?
Oh, God, that's a miss. Kevin, what do you think?
Mystery Machine.
Mystery Machine. Oh, Kevin. Kevin's starting to pull. Uh-oh.
So what is it, 444?
Yeah, Kevin's pulling, Shane's sitting 2, and Al's on the bubble. All right, man. Okay, so where are we at? Now it's Kevin. It's your turn again. Man, you steal, then it's your turn. No, it's Shane's turn. Right, you're right. Go ahead, Shane. What do you want to do?
BMX.
All right, back to BMX. Okay, Clint Miller won the IBMXF World Championships in what year? 83, 82, or 86?
I want to say 83, so I'm going 83.
You got it, 83. You got that one. Good job, Shane. All right.
Wasn't that when Stu? Wasn't there a crash in the last turn?
Greg and Stu took each other out, and Clint won that. I think that's what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. All right, so we're going on to Kevin, our fearless leader. What do you think, Kevin? BMX. In the 1980s, pros typically ran 2 different tire sizes. The tire sizes were different in the front and in the rear. Can you tell me the dimensions of the front and rear tires?
Rear tire is 20 by 1.75, and the front is 2.125.
One more time.
The rear is 20 by 1.75, and the front was 20 by 2.125.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Kevin. Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Hey, Kevin, that was good, dude. I never ran the fatter tire in the front. Did you do that, Al? Did you run the bigger tire in the front?
Oh,
you did?
For sure. Once we saw Terry Tennant do it, it was over. Everybody at the track had a big old fatty in the front.
Yeah.
What about Shane? Did you do that? You were racing pro. Did you do that? You definitely did it? Man, I was the only nerd running 1.75s front and back, dude. All right, man. So we're up to, who got that? That was Kevin. Kevin, that was yours. So
Yes.
we're back to Al. What do you think, Al?
Let's go BMX. Let's go BMX.
Yeah. All right, BMX. Name the most popular BMX shoe of the 1980s.
Vans, my man.
Vans. Got to say Vans. Guys, I don't know what would have been number 2. Is there anybody that knows maybe what number 2 would have been?
Jock's Jag.
Jock's Jag. Okay. I think.
Vision.
You think?
Vision.
I was
Streetwear had a good shoe.
I was one of the Keds that Diamondback ran.
You wore the Keds. Okay.
But then I heard all the riders hated him. So.
What?
You never heard of the
Jock's talk about it.
Danny, you've never heard of the Jock's Jag shoes?
Oh yeah, I remember the commercial. Jock's Jag, they stay on the pedal. I totally remember that.
You said like I said something that was like, what the hell are you talking about?
No, I got it. I was just never mind. I'm just surprised that you knew that. Okay. Let's. We're going to whose turn is it now? That's Shane, right? Okay, Shane.
So BMX again.
Okay.
Trying to stay away from Kevin's topic.
All right. What BMX pro famously jumped over a piano on the Las Vegas Strip?
Tracer Finn.
Tracer Finn. Good job, Shane. All right. Okay, so we're finishing that round. Kevin, you're at 6. Shane, you're at 6. Al's at 4. But there's a lot of questions left, Al, so you got to keep going. All right. So what do you think, Kev?
BMX.
What company made the bike called the Fox? Entry-level bike, about $165.
MT.
MT Racing. Good job, my dude.
Wow, good call.
Yeah, that was a good one. I didn't think anybody was going to get that.
What does MT stand for? Do you know? Al?
No idea.
Mickey Thompson?
No. It stands for Ming Tien.
Wow. Look at Kevin, dude.
Dude, good knowledge. He should get a bonus point for that. That's next level.
I've already talked about this, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Al's turn.
Al's turn. What do you think, Al?
Let's go BMX.
BMX. All right. In 1984, Bubba Hayes raced for what factory team?
A good story about Bubba is I recently rode with his daughter, and she killed it when I was announcing the UCI pump track race here in California. She was trying to earn a ticket to go to the World Championships in like Switzerland or something. And
Wow.
when we were talking about her dad and his amazing career, and he's still a great rider, we did not talk about 1984, who her dad rode for. So I have no clue, although I should know.
Take a guess, Al. Take a guess, because think about the magazines.
He already said he didn't know, man. Come on.
Try.
Look, he's dying.
Still?
I have no idea.
No idea. Okay, Shane. It's your steal, Shane. SE Racing. All right. Okay, now I have a bonus question.
I already know what the bonus answer is. Go ahead. I already know what it is.
I haven't even asked the question, my
I
dude.
already know. Go ahead.
All right. What was unique about Bubba's bike? What was
One and
unique?
three eighths wheels.
I
One
knew it.
It's wheels. That's it.
I knew that was coming.
I knew it.
I almost said it before he asked.
All right, man. That's. I always thought that was so cool. We were just talking about tire dimensions, and this dude's basically running sew-ups on a pro bike. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Well,
Okay.
that just shows how smooth he was to be able to get away with that.
All right, we're back to Kevin, right, Kevin? Oh no, it's Shane. Shane stole it.
No, that was Shane's question. Oh wait, yeah.
He stole it. He got the bonus though, and so that he's looking good right now. What do you think, Shane?
Let's go pop culture.
Oh, he's going back to pop culture. Okay, we don't have very many left. Actually, no, we got about 5 of these. Okay, movie quote. Here's Johnny came from what movie?
Well, and I'll tell you a thing on this. It's The Shining.
The Shining. All right.
When I had my family reunion, we went back to Colorado, and we actually went. I took a bunch of my cousins, and we went to that hotel to do a tour. So it's really cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, that was an easy one for him then, man.
It
We
was
should take
totally
the point.
raining. Shouldn't have been on the road at night, but it was cool.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right. So
Where's
that
that in Colorado?
that's in Colorado.
Where? I'm going to Colorado in like 5 days. I want to go check that out.
God, I don't remember exactly where. I mean, they still do tours.
Yeah. I'm
Just
announcing that national next weekend. So when we drive out there, I'm going to go check it out. That would scare the
It's
hell out of my
beautiful.
wife. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
Hey,
All right.
you should hear Al on the mic, dude. He puts together some funny ass stuff. I was at I want to say, what was the national in Roseville, Al? What was that last year? It was the summer.
yeah.
Was it summer national?
Oak Creek?
Yeah,
Oak
Oak
Creek.
Creek. And I was listening to Al, and like he talks so fast, dude, and he puts together these ridiculous references. And I was trying to film the race, and I was seriously giggling.
That's rad.
The stuff he was saying, it was really funny. All right, so let's see. Shane got down. Shane's got a pretty good lead right now, so it's back to Kevin. What do we think, Kev?
BMX.
BMX. Okay. In 1984, Don Jolie raced for what factory team?
Raleigh.
Raleigh. Got it, man. Look at that. He's trying to be stone-faced like he doesn't know the answer. All right, Al. Back to you.
Dude, I'm getting smoked here. This is bad. Okay, I'm ready.
It's your first go-around. We're going to have more chances. Trust me.
You got practice. That's why.
Yeah.
I'm about to read through all these my old magazines because I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right. So what do you want to do? Pop culture or BMX?
BMX.
BMX. Okay. All right. In the 1980s, there were 3 brother combos that were amazing. Can you name the 3 brother combos from the 1980s?
The King brothers were pretty good. The Hausman brothers were super good. The Anderson brothers were pretty good, and the Patterson brothers were pretty good. Jimmy and Joey Garcia were pretty good. We got a whole bunch of brothers.
You got it. You got it. I was looking for Patterson, Anderson, King, and you nailed all 3 of them.
Yeah,
All right.
the Elliott siblings were pretty good too. Man, it's a good
Yeah,
one.
dude, you're messing up my question, dude.
Oh my bad.
No, that's good. That's awesome, dude. You're right, though. There's a lot of others, but those were the 3 that I had in mind. Okay, so that's good. Al got to 6 or to 5. So what do you think, Shane? What do you want to do?
Let's go back to BMX.
Back to BMX. Okay, let's see what we're going to do this time here. Did I use them all? No way. No, I didn't. Okay. In 1984, who made the Pro Thunder?
I got a 2. Thruster.
No. Should we let Al try to steal it?
No, it's my turn, man.
Okay. Go ahead.
Huffy.
Huffy made the Pro Thunder.
Oh, I got it wrong either way.
Yeah, it was a trick question. Because I know you were going to.
No way that he's not going to get this one.
All right, Kevin, you just tied him. So after this last round, Al's at 5, Shane's at 9, Kevin's at 9. So it's getting close. Okay, what do you think, Kev?
My turn, right?
Yeah.
Pop culture.
Pop culture. What Billy Joel song featured over 100 headlines?
Can you say that again?
What Billy Joel song from the 1980s featured over 100 headlines? I know you guys have all heard the song.
I'm not sure I even understand the question.
Okay.
Piano Man.
No, I didn't mention any headlines.
What are you talking about?
Okay. Let's see if Al can steal it, then I'll explain. I don't want to explain it if somebody can steal it.
I know. I'm a huge Billy Joel fan, but I can't think of a song that had 100 headlines in it. I don't know.
All right. Shane?
I can think of how it goes, but I can't think. It had the line with Marilyn Monroe, but I can't think of the song name.
Okay. All right. I'm going to hum it. You guys tell me, and it's going to go back to Kevin. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Oh,
We didn't start the fire.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't realize
I
that
got
had
it, right?
100 headlines.
You got it. Yeah, it had 100 headlines in it.
Wow.
Yeah, he said a bunch of facts. A headline. I mean, I don't know the words to it, dude. If anybody could sing it, I'll give you 50 points because I don't know the words. All right, Kevin, that was awesome. Okay, so we're back to Al. All right, Al, it's time for you to get that last straight pull, man. I need to see it. Let's go. What do you want to do? BMX. In 1984, Ron Wilkerson and Eddie Fiola were teammates for what team?
Haro.
Oh!
Was it before their Haro days?
Yeah, it was 1984. What was it?
GT.
GT. They were teammates on GT. It's okay. I mean, I throw freestyle ones in there. We're racers, so it's okay, Al. You get a pass on that.
Man, you know, I rode with Ron Wilkerson about 4 or 5 months ago. He kills it on a bike still.
Wow. Hey, is that on YouTube? Because I think I saw something about 200 riders following Ron Wilkerson. I think that's what I saw. I don't know if that's the same thing you're thinking of.
He was at Lake Cunningham in San Jose, and he was airing out of the bowl. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Damn. Man, you've seen it all, dude. All right, so let's see. We're back.
Listen to this real quick. You know who I ran into about 3 or 4 months ago? A lot of people don't see him much. He shows up at our local trails. I don't even recognize him. R.L. Osborne, and he's killing it on his bike with his son. He's probably 60 years old, on fire, hitting our trails, like owning our trails with his kid.
Wow.
Yeah, it was rad. Monterey, or actually Aptos, California. R.L. Osborne. Not
Man.
gnarly? Yeah, crazy.
If I would have saw that, Al, I would have said, "Okay, RL, what bike were you riding when you raced the horse?" So me and Kevin,
the red line.
Yeah. RL.
yeah,
Crazy.
we were always arguing about that, huh, Kevin? All right, so let's see. So that was Shane Stoll, right?
Yes.
Okay, Shane. So it's your turn. What do you got?
It's my turn.
Yeah,
What do we got left? How many we got of each?
we have 1, 2. We got about 8 BMX questions left, and we have 5 pop reference or pop
Go
culture. Sorry.
BMX.
BMX. Okay. 1984. What pro rider owned and operated a bike shop called Family Bicycle Center?
The one and only Stu Thompson.
Stu Thompson. Shane's on fire tonight. Let's go, Shane.
Okay, I got the fire extinguisher.
He's on fire, man. Once we told him we were tracking points, he really turned it up a notch.
That's a BMXer.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay, Kev, back to you, bud.
Pop culture.
Pop culture. What music artist divorced Sean Penn in 1987?
Madonna.
Madonna. You got that was easy money for you, bud. All right. Okay, so we've now completed another round. Al got to 5. All right, Al, you're in there. Shane, you got 11. Kevin, 11. Tied up, man. Now, Kevin's tied the last 2 people. I don't know what's up with that, dude. Okay, it's going back to Al. Okay, Al, what do you want to do?
Pop culture.
Oh, he's going to pop culture. All right. What launched in 1981 that changed the way people listen to music? What launched in 1981?
1981. CDs were later, so I guess we'd have went from 8 tracks to maybe tapes.
Well, let's go. Let me rephrase it. So it's not a product. It's actually
like a Walkman type, like a what is that called?
Okay. So let's rephrase it. So what TV show launched in 1981 that changed the way we listen to music?
Oh man, TV show that launched. Maybe the Soul Train?
Ooh, good guess, but that's not the one I'm looking for. Shane, what do you think?
Would it be MTV?
MTV. Oh, dude,
I know Kevin knew that one.
Kevin was like, damn it, I can't steal that.
Yeah. MTV. Do you remember the early days of MTV? It was really videos. It was awesome.
They played music.
I know the first 5 videos played on MTV.
Oh man, I loved it. Loved it. Yeah.
What were they? What were they?
Well, everybody knows that Video Killed the Radio Star was number 1.
Video.
Okay.
The second one was Pat Benatar. You Better Run. The third one was PhD. The fourth one was can't remember the fourth one. The fifth one was REO Speedwagon. Something like that. Right on there.
Good call. Good call.
I'm sorry. Rod Stewart was 3, PhD was 4, and REO Speedwagon was 5.
This guy's a ringer. This guy's amazing.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that. I've been waiting for that question for years. Go ahead.
All right, so we're back now to Al. All right, Al. No.
Didn't I just get one wrong?
Al missed it, right?
It's Shane.
Shane stole it, right?
Yeah.
Shane,
I just went.
Yeah. You got it. It was Shane.
Okay, so yeah. No. You got Shane. You got the last question, right?
Oh,
yes.
I still wait.
Yeah, so I think we're back to.
No, I stole the one. The last question. I stole it.
Yeah, so it's Shane's turn then. Okay, Shane, what do you want to do?
Go BMX.
Going back to BMX. Okay. Let's see. Wow, man, we're doing so good. Okay, what 80s rider had the nickname Chicken?
Chicken George Sievers.
Good call.
Yeah. This dude cannot miss tonight, man.
Stud. He's a stud. He's double A pro.
Yeah, he is, man.
You remember what color bike he rode?
I do. Can you tell me?
Purple.
Well, yeah, you told me the color, but it was a CW, right?
Yeah, I don't know what brand or a frame. I'm
Mini.
assuming like a junior or something.
Okay, so gentlemen, I think we tapped out all our BMX questions. We did.
Well, good. I can't get any more wrong. That's awesome.
Okay,
Kevin's full.
yeah, so we only have one question left. Man, we did good tonight. And it's going to go to Mr. Kevin. Right, Kevin?
Yeah, pop culture.
All right, this is the last one. So with this one, well, I don't know. It looks like Shane's locked it up, but we'll see what you can do. Okay, what was the name?
What's the score?
5. Al still got 5. And then Shane has 13 because he stole something. Yeah, and you have 11.
Okay.
You have 11. There is no. We have one question left, my guy.
Okay, go ahead. What is it?
All right. What was the name of Bruce Springsteen's 1984 album?
What year?
1984.
Born in the USA.
Born in the USA. You got it. All right. Okay. Shane is our first winner after we're tracking points. Al, you scored 5, but you're still going to get points for finishing third or second. And then, well, actually, you finished third. Kevin finished second, but Kevin's points don't count towards the championship. So we're looking really good. So, Al, 1,000,000%, dude. You have to come back so that we can do the actual interview, get your background, and let you play again. Sound good?
I am so in. I'm gonna go read books right now. I'm gonna have all my magazines here. I'm gonna dig up the binders. I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be prepared for that ringer. You got a ringer in here, bro.
I lost.
Oh, but Shane, dude, air high five.
Yeah,
Air high five.
Great game, dude. You did a good job tonight. That's it for tonight, gentlemen, for the game.
All right, guys. Shane, Al, we appreciate you coming on, bro. We're gonna say goodbye to you, and then Danny and I are gonna wrap up this train wreck.
You guys take care. Be good. Yeah, nice to meet y'all. I'll be announcing Colorado, man. Listen up, and I'll say some silly trash, and I'll be sure to give your guys' podcast a plug out there.
That'd be funny.
Right on, man.
All right, guys.
Take
Peace
care.
out, man. Later.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, guys.
All right, man. That's going to be a lot of editing, dude. I really don't know how you're going to fix that, but
I don't know. That's either people are going to love it or they're going to hate it. I don't know, dude. But I'm going to do the best I can to edit this thing. I got about 14 hours before I got to go to work, so I got my work cut out for me.
Yeah, and there's no rush. You're not going to post it till Saturday. You have 2 hours of footage, which you need to condense that down to probably an hour, if you can.
I'm going to be on the road until Saturday, so I got to do it tonight and post and get it ready for the premiere. But anyways,
Okay.
dude, it's no problem. Part of the game, right? Part of the game.
For the game, yeah. But yeah, man, let me know if you need help with comprising the points, because we're going to have to review a lot of the videos from Mike Miranda forward, so you can figure out who's got what, who won, and then we'll come up with a scale for points, and then maybe, I don't know how do you want to do that? You want to go like 20 for first, 10 for second, 5 for third, or something like that, or I don't know how you want to do it.
20, 10, 5.
20, 10, 5. Okay, that'll make it easy. And then we got to let everybody know, hey, we're tracking points. So if you want to play, hit the BMXPERTS podcast and communicate with you right away.
So if you're out there watching right now and you've actually sucked through this whole nightmare, you know now what we're going to do. Reach out to myself, reach out to Danny if you want to play. And if you want to get in on the mix for the $200 cash, 100 for me, 100 for Danny at the end of the contest around the time of the grands. And if you would like to, if you're out there and you would like to contribute something to the episode or to the I'm all jacked up. If you'd like to contribute to the prizes, please reach out to Danny or myself and let us know, and we'll definitely give you a shout out. Just like I'm shouting out a sponsor of today's Trainwreck. He might not even want me to mention his name in this video, but I'm going to do it anyways. This episode was sponsored. I don't know if he's going to be still going to be our sponsor, but was sponsored by RIP BMX Wear. Joe Tippett makes some great T-shirts out there for. He has riders, industry riders, famous riders that are no longer with us. He makes T-shirts. It's called RIP BMX Wear. Great company, great guy. If you would like to support him, I'm going to link his Facebook group into the description of this page of this video. And if you'd like to support this channel, which don't know why you would, but if you would like to, you can visit our website at BMXPERTSPodcast.com. And I just want to say something because I've always kind of said lackadaisically, if you want to get a shirt or a hat or whatever, but I want to explain why I think my shirt's a little bit better than most. I personally went down to the factory to a distributor that has probably 50 different types of shirts. And I handpicked the shirts that we use out myself. I'm not a small guy. I'm a bigger guy. And what I like about these shirts, like I'm wearing right now, they're slimming, but they're not too slim. They're not boxy. They're soft. They move. They're breathable. They're nice. I like them. I like them the best. So if you're a big guy or a small guy, you like softer fabrics and that type of thing, that's something that's not boxy, you might want to check out the shirts that I got on the website. If you'd like to support us, Danny and I will never ask for any money via Patreon, but if you'd like to support the channel, do that. And not only does Danny not only do this podcast, but he has his own channel. Danny, what do you do, bro?
Danny Pena, BMX Racing on YouTube, BMX magazine reviews, race reviews, and I go to events too, and I mash everything together. I have a lot of fun. Please come like and subscribe and share. That's all I got.
That's all we got. And if you've made it this far, I don't know why, but I'm thankful. And until next week, the track is closed. Thanks, Danny. Appreciate it, man.
See you later.